The same list we went with earlier.
Jonathan, John Connor from ESPN. Can you just kind of set the mood for the team for when Ron told you guys the other night about Andrew?
No, when he said that, it definitely took us by surprise a little bit. But based on the move he gave, he's very confident. They caught it early. Is not aggressive. That's really all he kind of said. For me personally, I just got to pray for him. And just looking at him, I would have never known if he would have never told us. But that's definitely something that you take seriously. And like I said, you got to pray for him and just hope for the best and just continue to he's our guy, so we're behind him strong.
And when there's a situation like that, as a group of players, do you guys get together and talk about ways that you can help him just by doing your job or anything like that? Like, what are the discussions like amongst yourselves?
Amongst ourselves, it's really kind of the same vibe. You really just want to keep him in your prayers, continue to work. But at the end of the day, we're going to do our job, and that's why we're here, to do our job and do it at a high level. Obviously, you don't want to go out there and be a problem guy in general, but when something like this is going on, the biggest thing I can really say is you just got to keep him in your prayer, because regardless of what's going on with him, I'm going to try to do my job to the best ability, regardless of anyone else's circumstance or anything. So that won't change the way I feel about doing my job, because at the end of the day, I have to do a job and I have to do it well. So that's always been my thought, my drive.
Thank you.
Jonathan, Nikki Devbala from the Washington Post. What was your reaction to his speech today after practice? What was his general message to you guys?
Pretty much his general message is we just need more. And I 100% agree. I'm 100% bought into what he's saying. He said we need more, and I agree. You're never there. We're always continuously grinding, and you got to work. It's not going to be easy what we want to get done here and what we want to accomplish, but hard work is hard work, and we got to do it. And I'm 100% bought into what we have to do here.
There's been a lot going on with the franchise on and off the field this offseason. From your perspective, how do you think he's handled it? Seems like a lot to take on for a head coach.
I want to know. I'm not a head coach, but looking at him, he's handled everything amazingly. You just have to handle everything straight up, get out in front of it, and just do what you have to do as the head football coach of the team. And I think he's done, a great job. It's definitely a tough situation, but at the end of the day, he's a pro and he knows how to handle this. And I wouldn't expect anything less from Coach Rivera.
Hey, Jonathan, Ben Standing with The Athletic. Just curious, your thoughts on the overall camp and the overall tone of everything you guys are doing under this coaching staff compared to what you've been used to before?
I'm not really big on comparisons. Every coaching staff is different. Every situation is unique. But what we've done this year, I love it. We're physical. We work hard. We work smart. We work together, and we're just building the blocks. I'm not really going to make statements or expectations on what we have to do. There's just a standard of work that we're going to have to go out there and put out day in and day out, and then we'll see what happens.
And as far as your specific defensive line group, obviously, in terms of expectations, are pretty high for the pieces you guys have. Obviously, Chase Young hasn't been out there the last few days, but what are your expectations? What is the realistic expectation, do you think, for this group this year?
I feel like it's easy for us as a group to look at the expectations and get excited, but me personally, I could care less. It really doesn't matter what anybody outside of this organization thinks, in my opinion. Expectations, I don't believe in those. I believe in having standards that we must live up to day in and day out, and game in and game out. And if we live up to the certain standards that I set for myself and as a unit we set collectively, we'll have success regardless of the outcome.
Thank you.
Hey, Jonathan. Sam Mills is kind of referred to the defensive line as the tip of the spear for the defense. Just how can the defensive line set that tone? And how does that unfold like in a game situation?
I think it just starts off with working hard. From my point of view, that's what I'm going to do. Just work hard day in and day out. Be the guy that I would want to play beside. Good teammate, play hard, buy in 100%, and just do what I can to help this organization win. And it's really simple what we need to do. But it's the consistency that makes it difficult, you know what I mean? And doing it day in and day out, regardless of situation at home, situation in the media, situation surrounding this place, what you do inside this building needs to be consistent. And I'm speaking for myself, and that's just my goal every day. Be consistent in what I do and be good at it.
Pete on? JP? God bless.
Hey John, Les Sparpin of the Washington Post. Good to see you. I'm wondering, after Ron told you this the other night, I know he's trying to build something here. Is this diagnosis and kind of what you're going to be going through with him? Can this kind of be part of the building here? Can this be a moment that you guys can use to sort of come together a little bit more and build that culture?
I feel like you definitely can. Like I said, we don't know the extent of a lot of things. He just gave us a brief overview because credit to him, he's focused on the team. He doesn't want this to be a point of emphasis. He doesn't want this to be the thing that pulls everybody together. It's about the team, and I give him a lot of credit and respect. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in his position. So, kind of like I said, you just pray for him. You just go out there and you just got to continue to work, and you just continue to do the mundane every day, and then just grind and get better, and that's how you really get closer as a team. But this is definitely something that it's a tough situation to be in. Like I said, you just got to pray for him and you can just continue to do your job and just work.
Yeah, I guess you guys are all standing around when he tells you on the field. I think it was in a bubble. What was that like? I mean, was there just silence? Was there just gas? I mean, what kind of did everyone do? Do you absorb that, or did it just not sink in right away?
It was definitely just silence. Everyone completely intent and listening, and I keep saying it. You just pray for him because, like I said, that's a very serious diagnosis. But his moves said a lot. He was very confident that he was going to be able. He's going to beat this. He said he caught her early. Is not super aggressive. All these things. So I'm very hopeful. And like I said, as our leader, he stood up there very strong. So I gotta. That there's a lot of respect in that.
Wanted to ask you about Reuben Foster, seeing him back out there. What's that been like for him, everything he's been through to overcome the injury and to be able to see him playing again?
It's been great, man. He's definitely inspiring, man. He's been through a lot these last couple of years, so to see him push through it and persevere and be back out there on the field, I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him, and I can't wait to see him play.
And then for you personally, you kind of took on a leadership role last year, and I'm curious, have you talked to Coach about kind of how he wants you to continue that this year and how you can best help that team approach?
We haven't sat down and specifically went over this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. I just want to be the best teammate I could possibly be. You know what I mean? If I am adopted that leadership role again, great, so be it. If not, I'm here to do my job, and I'm here to do it at an effective level. And it really is about the team, man. I'm tired of losing. We're tired of losing. Everyone here is tired of losing. We want to win. And if it's not about winning, I really don't care about it. So I'm just going out there every single day trying to do what I can to help this organization win, like I know we can. That's literally all I care about.
Hey, Jonathan, I'm wondering, Ron's talked a lot about establishing this culture which empowers the players to kind of keep themselves up as well. When you start to see practice slide today at the end, do you or do others, either on the offense or the defense, kind of speak up and say what Ron said at the end, maybe during practice?
Definitely. It really just kind of depends on everybody's leadership style. I try to go out there and I just try to be a leader by example. You know what I mean? Instead of telling you what I'm going to do, I just try to show you, bringing up my effort, my energy, everything. You know what I mean? And it's really not like a couple of people who lead. Like, it's a leadership by committee. Anybody can be a leader at any point, and I genuinely believe that.
Do you, I guess, what I'm trying to ask is, did you see the players reacting to the effort waning at the end of today's practice before Ron said something?
100%. There's definitely players who are trying to pick it up and trying to do what they can and pick up the energy of practice. But, it's camp. There's going to be days where you're sore, you're tired, and you're dragging through the mud. It's natural. The thing is, you just have to learn how to fight through that as a team. And that's what we're doing right now, man. We haven't played football in 8 months. You know what I mean? So there's going to be some growing pains for us. There's going to be days where we're dragging. But, we just can't make that a habit. We can't make that consistent. And when those days do come, we have to make sure as a unit and as a team, we push through it and fight through it.
Thank you.
Chris Russell. All right, we'll take two more.
Hey John, do you feel like in the short time that you guys have had together with Ron and that culture that he's talked about, has that been able to take root, or is that going to take some time?
It's definitely going to take time, but you can definitely see the start of some great things. You know what I mean? Like, culture isn't built overnight. You know what I mean? There's going to take time. Like I said, there's going to be growing pains that everybody has to go through. But just having that unity as a team and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. But you got to fight through it. You have to grind. There's a lot of things to overcome this season with everything that's been going on around us. So yeah, there's definitely gonna take time. But you could definitely see the roots starting to grow. But like I said, there's a lot of talk around the team and expectations around the team. As a team, all we can do is focus on growing as a team. We're not worried about anything else besides that.
Does this allow you to know him better?
I mean, 100%. I mean, as a head coach, I feel like it's tough to keep things secret. And him jumping out in front of us and telling us, I mean, as a team, we appreciate that. It shows whenever somebody can be vulnerable with you, that really says a lot about, you know, their mental toughness, because that's not an easy thing to do. So for Coach to be able to come out and tell us that, I mean, that's a huge step in just building that trust with the guys who haven't played with them before. You know what I mean? So it definitely was.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, John. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.